All right, part 3, we're back again. I've went ahead and leveled the scale perfectly. As you can see, the level bubble is dead center. I adjusted the feet. I'm on a solid concrete surface. Before you use every single scale, you should verify it's level. If you don't, and the person that checked it correctly verified it in level condition and it's out of level, it could be off. So we start with level. We start with an increasing load test. We're gonna go 50 pounds. I put my standard on there. My standard's 50 pounds. It's a certified test weight through the National Institute of Standards and Technology. Traceable 50.0. That passes our test. We're gonna keep going there. We're gonna put 100 pounds on it. All right, we're at 100.1. That still passes the test, but it's off 1/10 of a pound at 100. You're gonna see what a linear scale looks like. If it's working correctly, at 200 pounds, that should read 200.2. So let's go with our next load. 150.1. Still good, still within tolerance. All right. And we're at 200.1. So it flickered between 200.2 and 200.1. So that means it's right in between the scale division. So we still passed the test here at 200.1. And the increasing load now passed the test. So we'll do a decreasing load test. And we're going to go back down each weight and make sure it repeats to those same numbers. 150.1. 100.1. 50.0. Should go back to 0. 0.0. There's our decreasing load test. On our shift test, we typically use 25% of capacity, so we're going to go, this is a 300-pound scale, so we should do about 75 pounds. I'm just going to do 50 to make it easy. We're going to put it in the quadrant 1. 50.0. These 4 numbers should match. Quadrant 2. 50.0. Quadrant 3. 50.0. We're representing a kid standing on one side of the scale or the other. If your scale guy is not doing this, he's not doing this correctly. There is your shift test. All 4 matched. That means the shift test is good. Repeatability, I should be able to put this weight on there 10 times and it should repeat to the same number. It should go to 0, it should go to 50 without tearing it, without zeroing it. 0, 50, 0, 50, 0, 50. The scale is working properly. Now, the calibration was off a hair at 200. It was 200.1. In theory, that passes the tolerance test. If we want, we can calibrate this in. It's not necessary, but we can. Every scale has a tolerance. It's never going to be perfect every single time. So in the handbook 44, it will define your tolerances based on how many scale divisions you're using it at. So at 2,000 scale divisions, I believe that the tolerance is plus or minus 2 scale divisions. So at 200 pounds, this scale could read 200.2 all the way down to 199.8. If it reads those numbers, this scale is in tolerance and can be used legal for trade. We're not buying and selling kids, but if you were putting packages on this scale, that scale would pass the certification. I will document all these numbers. I'm going to go ahead and calibrate this scale. I will put a sticker on it that shows the certification when I did it. If you can see that. See if we can get a better shot of that. So there it is. It tells you the serial number, the ID, the date I tested it, the due date, and who calibrated it. Every scale, once it's certified, should get a sticker. That's what I provide. And I can provide a test report as well. The test report's not really necessary, but it is something you could use. If you're doing this legal for trade, it is necessary for the state of Kansas. But in the wrestling world, this is not necessary. They want you to verify these things with traceable weights and have a certified agency do the test, which is someone like me. So if you need help, give me a call, 913-660-5108. I can certify and calibrate any scale you have for the most part. Some of the scales, Tanitas and some of these B4s are kind of difficult sometimes. They They are very, sometimes you have to send them into the factory to calibrate it. So sometimes send me the model number. I can look it up, make sure it's calibratable, and we can go from there. If you have any questions, give me a call, 913-660-5108.